Hey everyone. So you remember way back when we first started this thing and Eric and I were announcing it, and I said that this was going to be a recording show where we didn't do a whole lot of editing or after, post-production or anything like that, because we wanted it to be as much as possible like we were just playing D&D together as friends over the internet and you were getting to watch. Today's the day that we prove that. Several things went wrong during this episode. Well, really, a couple of significant things went wrong while we were recording this episode that you will notice, and I just wanted to explain them real quick, and then I'll let you get into the episode. First off, we lose Eric about halfway through this episode. His wife had an auto emergency with a flat tire. Everything's fine, but Eric had to go and pick her up and take care of that, and so we lose Eric for the remainder of the episode. Luckily, the way this episode played out, Ari wasn't playing a really significant role, and so it worked out okay. You do lose some really great comic stylings of Eric, and that is a tragedy. But other than that, it's okay. And then in the last 5 minutes of the episode, we had a technical issue with RA's recording, and you're going to lose RA and Casey's audio for the last about 5 minutes of the episode. But again, just due to where things occurred, it really ends up being okay. Not anything of narrative moment is lost from losing that audio. Again, it would be delightful if we had it, but we don't. That's all we can do. So nothing of narrative significance is lost, just a little bit of roleplay. And the good news is this is the only episode we recorded in that session. So when we come back the following week, everything should be fine. We should have the whole gang together, knock on wood, whatever. So anyway, that said, this is a really funny episode, and we introduced some really great characters, and we have Mia, and so I'm so excited for you to see it. So thank you all for understanding and being patient with our technical difficulties, and enjoy. Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron Campaign world. And as you can see, we are joined by the fantastic More Than a Mia!
He's here for real! I wasn't ready for all of that.
Hello, everyone!
Yay, Mia! Mia is joining us for the next few episodes to try out D&D.
For the first time ever.
Hooray!
Yes. It's extremely exciting. Yes, thank you guys so much.
Well, thank you for doing it.
I'm glad you're here.
All right, so Eric, what happened last time?
RA made a new, Esri made a new friend. With the bust, who contains a elf named Jaler Alarinthi. Is that close?
Nicely done. Didn't even have the notebook.
None of you know that, though, because he can't pronounce the name right.
Correct. Ari thinks it's Jaler Alarinthi. He spoke to the bust, found out some information about his mark, that it comes from a... Esri told us noble. That was not part of the actual information. Elf House of Vol. Ari and Pog had a conversation where Ari apologized to Pog, and Pog accepted, kind of. And then also there was more talking. Then Shade got home, and there was lots more talking about the bust. And then Ari went to sleep, and Pog went to go talk to Kolos.
The door just silently opened behind Casey.
That's with the forlorn dog.
And there he goes.
A challenger has entered.
I was wondering why I was getting looks while we're counting. I was like, I feel like I'm not leaving anything out here.
Nope, you got it. It was
okay.
I just saw the door just And only then did Bash appear. Yes.
Live recording,
Joyce.
Joyce.
And we are jumping ahead to the first day of the month of Nim, which more or less accounts for June in Eberron.
Happy Brightblade, everyone.
It's not quite Brightblade, that's on the 12th. But the first day is the opening of the annual games, which begins with a grand tournament that includes amateur fights, allowing anyone who wants to join and compete alongside some of the Red Ring's great combatants. Pog has been invited to come along by Kolos, the stablemaster of the Ivory Horn, and Pog turned down a wager, but is coming along anyway. So we will see.
Cowards die many deaths.
Wow. All right. That felt
Okay.
somewhat harsh.
I just wanted to quote Shakespeare. I mean, that's
Okay.
what I was doing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Rude.
So it is the late afternoon of the first. The combat will begin. The event will begin soon. Fighters are in the arena, readying themselves for the first amateur fight of the night. Out around the Red Ring, there is a highly festive party kind of atmosphere. This is a big event for the city.
It's called role-playing, Philip. That's what I was doing. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's a highly festive atmosphere out in the streets around the Red Ring. Various organizations throughout throughout Stormreach have set up booths, handing out food and sort of throwing out this big blowout party. Inside the Red Ring is a large oval space of sand on the floor with a series of doors along the edge of the ring, as well as trapdoors set into the floor, much like the Roman Colosseum, with tiered seating spreading out in all directions, all around it. And it is in those stands where we find some of our party, Esri and Ari and Shade, who have come to support their friend Pog as he competes in the Red Ring.
So hot.
Meanwhile, in the interior space of the Red Ring, we see rows of armories with racks upon racks of weapons. There are different wings spreading out in the interior here, one for each of the various stables that sort of run the Red Ring. There are three big main stables that operate the Red Ring. And we move over to the Ivory Horn. The Ivory Horn is known primarily for a couple of things. One is it is the newest significant stable in the politics of the Red Ring. It is run by Kolos, and Kolos uses no gladiators employs no gladiators who are criminals or otherwise coerced into it. All of Kolos's gladiators are volunteers, and all of them get a share in the take.
Convicted criminals.
That's true. Pog
Fair,
is very
yes.
much criminal.
No one in Kolos's stable is there because of their conviction. Yes. There may be many criminals in Kolos's stable. On the other hand, it's Stormreach, so if you haven't been caught yet, does it really count?
Got no cred.
We cut down into the interior of the stable, where we see Pog is getting ready and arming himself, assisted in doing so by Solarka.
Wow. Way to throw me into a lot to juggle here. Oh boy.
What is Pog's sort of getting ready situation look like for this?
There was a lot of getting ready done at home.
Okay.
Most everything is polished. Maybe just having Solarka double check with her expertise and make sure everything has been sharpened properly, and then strapped up. We're going to be going in with Fury's Edge, obviously, and then my small hand axes as well. Going to be strapped to the legs, so just kind of getting kitted. Am I going to be in any kind of armor that would be provided here? Maybe just like a chest plate or something?
You're not obliged to be, being as you are a barbarian. But you certainly can describe any kind of, partial armor or gladiatorial armor that Pog might be wearing.
Well, so the first thing that Pog would do would be walk up to whatever the shiniest, most ornate armor was, and just stare, just look at it, and then probably ask Solarka, should I have something extra, like, over for like armors?
You could wear a helm for intimidation factor. They have many impressive looking helms.
Yes. For the head.
Yes.
Right? Yes. I'm gonna go look at the helmets. Find a suitable option to remove the head wrap and put something. I'm envisioning that he would go straight for the least attractive, so it's kind of gonna look like one of the original NFL leather heads. just a dome pad over the head, but it's gonna do a pretty good job of covering here. So
Okay.
that's
With the
Sort
ear
of a
flaps, though,
leather-
those helmets had?
It's a leather cap.
Yep.
Awesome. A little bit down from Pog, we see another gladiator preparing themselves. R.A., describe what we see as we
So
pan our view down.
Before I do that, are we in the same stable? Is that what's happening? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you
Yes.
looked at the shiniest, most pretty armor in the room, you were looking at the chest of a 9-foot tall, dark-skinned
really uncomfortable.
Goliath. Bald head, big, bushy, black beard with glittering gold tattoos, geometric tattoos running down his face, around his head, and down onto... Well, you can't really see his arms because he's decked out in shiny plate. Actually, Philip, is it okay if I'm wearing the plate? Okay.
Yeah.
You just described my Assassin's Creed character. That's rad, dude.
And yeah, he is just standing there, chin up, watching everyone, kind of side glances, not taking, trying not to look like he's taking notes.
Hi. That's really, really pretty chest. Very pretty armor.
My chest armor is the prettiest that there ever has been. Little half orc.
Yeah. That wasn't as nice as I thought it was going to be, Solarka.
You look fine, Pog.
Oh, thank you.
Over to another side, we see a substantially less heavily armored gladiator getting ready. Casey, why don't you give us a description of your gladiator?
She is about 5'5". She's a water genasi. She is blues and greens and just looking around, and every time she makes eye contact with someone, she's like... Anybody willing to engage in conversation, she'll ask your life story, but getting ready is mostly her just sitting there looking around.
Easily the most intimidating move to do. Just, I don't need to get ready.
Yeah,
I'm
big
good.
flex. Big flex. I live ready. I woke up like this.
Death and destruction come naturally to me. Okay.
Into this strides Kolos. Kolos is accompanied by one of the other actual professional gladiators of his stable, who would be immediately noticeable to all of you, as she has her own very, very distinct look. Mia, would you like to describe Nardali?
Yes, Nardali Eula. She is about 5'8". She is a drow. She is tall for a drow. I wasn't sure if there was any height differential between male and female drow, but she's tall for a drow. And she's got this ornate, she's very like black, shiny skin, and she's got a bone breastplate, loose pants that she can move around in, and a very ornate, like insect tail that she has tied around. You know, she's got it tied around with a leather belt, and it is part of her costume. We can sort of, I suppose we could leave it like that, or I could talk more about it, but
That's fine.
that's Nardali.
So it's
Awesome.
like she's got like an insect's tail tied.
She has got okay, that's hilarious. No,
Here
she's
comes
got.
Captain Literal has entered the chat.
Oh, you have
No, this is
idea.
fair because none of you can see my full HeroForge getup, but it's a you know what, that tail is maybe 2 to 3 feet long, very like large and bushy, like a bustle almost, and multicolored, but got some hint of, you know, red paint that could be blood. We're not sure.
Nice.
Awesome. Kolos strides over to where Pog and Solarka are standing, and stops there and looks down at Pog. Pog.
Hello, Kolos. How goes?
He turns his attention to Solarka. Your father sent the thing. And Solarka says, oh, yes. And she walks over to where she has left a bundle, and comes back with a cloth-wrapped object and hands it to Kolos, who takes it and sort of pulls the cloth off of it. And what you see is a weapon, is a long, about 4 foot, actually in Kolos probably like 5 foot long shaft, and at one end is a very, very thick, heavy looking axe head, and at the back end is a very sharp, shiny spear point. Kolos sort of tests it in his hand a little bit, turns it over, spins it across the back of his hand, and nods. It's good work. Tell your father. And Solarka nods. He'll be very happy to hear it. And Kolos sort of tucks that into a bit of his belt. We'll be starting soon. Everyone should get themselves ready. Solarka turns towards Pog, and I should leave you to it.
Thank you for helping me get ready. It's means a lot. I appreciate it.
She puts her hands on your shoulders and leans over and kisses you on the cheek. Good luck.
Thank you.
She turns and heads on down the passage.
Kolos, the half-orc wished for you to punch his own fist, and looked disappointed when you did not.
It's true.
Kolos sort of walks over to Loch Nitu. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He does not want to punch your fist.
He turns and
Tog's gonna walk over to. Did you say Lochni is the name?
Loch Nitu.
What? Lochnitu. Gonna walk over to you and go. It's a fist punch. I do it with my friends. Like
I will punch your
guys.
fist.
Like this.
Way harder than you should have.
Good. Really? Yup. That was
Is it a contest?
No. Just like a friends kind of.
We are friends.
Thing. We are friends. Yeah. I'm Pog.
Pog is Loch Nitu's friend because he has punched his fist.
Hi, Loch Nitu.
Better than anyone
Yes.
has ever punched a fist before.
Yes. I don't know if that's right. My fist. Yeah, that was one of the better ones for sure of my fist. Yeah.
back up in the stands. Overlooking the arena at one end, there is a large box set into the wall. And sitting in the box, behind a stone structure that's enchanted with runes to essentially affect the thaumaturgy spell to create a microphone effect, there is a big, very well-dressed, two-headed Etten. One of the heads leans over and says, "Well, it should be a great show today. The weather
Yeah.
has never been better.
Gonna be a lot of stabbing. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, there will be much stabbing. There will be much slicing, many kinds of harm.
Yeah. Now, are the people aware that there is danger, or are we surprising them with it? Is it like, boom, weapons?
No, they are gladiators. They know what.
That's a
what
weird
this is.
word. Are they glad to be here?
Many of them do seek glory and are pleased to earn it in the Red Ring.
Seems like a weird way to get glory stabbing people, but I'm here for it. Let's do this thing.
We can see down in the stands we have the Storm Lords and their various families,
What's up, dudes?
heads of many of the city's militias are here, presumably looking to recruit.
Now, so the gladiators stab not in the ring.
No,
I was unaware of that. Whoa.
the games will take place in the
I feel
ring.
like that's kind of heavy. So these people, oh wow, okay, let's go.
Back down in the undercroft of the ring. Back down in the undercroft of the ring. I'm sorry, it just made me so happy.
I've never been as excited for anything specific as he is for whatever in general. It's pretty rad.
Into the bustle of gladiators readying themselves in the Ivory Horn, you begin to become aware of a voice sort of, yes, very good. Get out, move, please. Yes, one side. Thank you very much. Move yourselves. You do not wish to upset me. And a gnomish woman is sort of moving through the gladiators, and as they become aware of her, they're sort of scattering out of the way. And she walks up to Kolos, who, I mean, she looks in the knee, basically, and sort of looks up. Kolos, is this sufficient? And Kolos goes down on one knee politely. And says, yes, I believe this will be a good show. We have put a lot of money into it, and I would very much like there to be a return on the investment. I think it will go well, Lady Kiris. Good. She looks around and her turns to Nardali. Nardali, you would know this person. This is one of the Stormlords, Kiris Selshadra, and one of her sort of areas of oversight is criminal justice, which includes the Red Ring. And she sort of looks up. Nardali, you are still alive for another season, I see.
Yep. I am still doing this whole thing. Yeah. Good to see you.
Very good, yes. You will perform well today and entertainingly.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll entertain. Yeah, yep.
That is good. It would be disappointing to the fans if we did not. Very good. You, and she points at Pog. I do not know who you are.
Oh, I'm Pog.
Pog.
Yeah.
Is that an arena name, or is that an actual name?
I didn't know we were using made-up names.
You may, if you wish. Not everyone does. Kolos and Nardali do not. I just made that declaration. I assume you don't have. You haven't also got a ring name that you haven't told me about, Mia.
I have not.
Okay.
Very serious about this.
I am Pog, and I don't know, what have I done?
He is Loch-Nitu's friend.
Pog, the Loch-Nitu friend, yes, but that's not for the fight, I don't think. The Fury's Edger, the Kolos Crusher, the
Kolos sort of
the Crusher, just the Crusher.
Very good, and she writes it down. What about you, tall with the gold?
Me?
Loch-Nitu.
Yes.
I am Loch-Nitu, Glory Knight of Dol Dorn.
Oh, that's a good one.
A little bit long, but all right. And you, the one who is closer to an acceptable height.
Wait.
It is a good height.
As she points at Drea.
My name is Hydrangea,
Yes.
but most people call me just Drea, and that's cool. That's fine.
Hi, Drea.
Hi.
Drea, very well. I am expected to give
Did I do it right?
encouraging speeches to each
Real good.
stable. It is a tradition of whatever Stormlord has oversight of the ring. I find this extremely distasteful, and feel that it involves far too much time around all of you. So I will keep this short and allow you to resume your preparations. If you die today because of some malfunction in the safety systems, please attempt to do so in the most entertaining way possible. It will be excellent for ticket sales.
I'm so sorry.
But we'll be dead already.
Is this it? Like the
Is
number of
what
people
it?
competing. Is this?
No, there are competitors from the other stables as well. Not all of the stables offer an opportunity for non-bloodbound to participate, but both the Storm's Fury and the Wyvern's Tail have submitted competitors, I believe.
You said that they're in other stables?
Yes.
Okay. There's no horsies in ours. Are they going to have horsies? Because that's unfair if
No.
they have horsies in their stables.
There are no horses involved in today's event.
Okay.
And Nardali is standing there throughout all of this. She stands very upright, and she's just looking from person to person and watching all of these interactions with increasingly raised eyebrows.
They're going to pop off her head. She stays
Yes.
around too long.
Yes.
Best and brightest. Best and brightest.
Which of you has been tasted and found lacking?
What?
No one has tasted
Same.
me.
Why
don't
would
know
You said
that
you found
means.
us
one
distasteful.
taste?
Oh. That's not what that I know that word. That's not what that word means.
She looks over at Kolos. I am going to leave now. Thank you, Kolos. I hope this was encouraging. And
Good day, Kiris.
Good day, Nardali.
Bye, ma'am.
Have fun.
Yes.
She's off to go make more costumes for the Incredibles.
Is she gonna fight too?
Are we going to fight her?
Kolos looks. No.
Oh, I was definitely
That would feel
told that
real bad if I
everybody
fought her.
fights.
No, not everybody.
Well,
Okay.
Just people who want to. Well,
Hydrangea, you do want to, right? You're here on purpose?
Well,
you do
I
want...
was definitely told that I had to sign up for it because it's something everybody does. And so I signed up.
Kolos?
but
She said there were more people in the other stables, so everybody... And
there will also be people in the stands who aren't
they
fighting.
fought at a different time?
No.
Most are weak and flabby and not fit to hold a sword.
I don't have a sword. But I think it's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited about it.
It would probably be difficult for you to hold a sword with your moist hands.
My hands are often wet, yeah.
Gnarly
was-
walks away just a few feet and starts moving through her limbering up regimen because she would like to remove herself from this situation and focus.
Any
Hog
potential
has never
culpability
seen Hog has never seen anybody warm up, and it looks like she knows what she's doing. So awkwardly, he's gonna like follow her movements.
Dreya's doing the same thing.
Just trying to
Lock
look
needs to
like he
will.
knows what's
It's
going
like
on.
the telephone game of stretching. It's just
Yeah.
getting worse as
Like
the
he
line
starts
goes.
trying to mimic Drea.
You're
Kolos.
doing YMCA.
How
at
you
the
feeling,
end of the line?
Kolos?
Kolos watches for a moment, and we hear Kolos's internal monologue go, I've made a huge mistake. Back up in the
Probably.
stands. And of course, because this is amateur night, safety is taken consideration of. Many of our stable hands along the edge of the ring are carrying wands that will allow them to spare the dying.
Now,
And
can their wands also kill?
no,
Oh, that's weird.
their purpose is not. They are not gladiators. Their purpose is.
So not everybody that we see down in the ring will be gladiators. That's good to know. It's good to know.
Yes, that is correct. Yes. Additionally, their wands will allow them to cast Featherfall in the case of potentially lethal falls from great heights, which will be relevant in our first event.
Oh, what are we going to do for the first event?
The first event is the Crow's Nest of Terror!
So happy right now.
And you see a full ship's mast rising up from the center of the arena with multiple spars on it. And as the ship rises up, the spars begin to rotate around. Each spar has platforms built onto it. And at the very top, there is an actual big platform of a crow's nest. And chained to the very top of the mast, circling the crow's nest, is a wyvern. So
I
we
was
have
not prepared for that.
yes, today's wonderful event.
So the ring is a boat?
What?
It's got the ship's mast coming out like it's a boat?
No.
That's
No.
wild.
Today's event was designed by our own Storm Lord, Lady Kiris Selshadra. And you see down on the bottom, and
Give it up.
those of you in the stands do see a small figure sort of walking out across the sands. And one of the stable hands runs out and hands her essentially a wand, which she holds and looks up at the crowd. There are many of you here. That is excellent. We will today see a competition between people who are prepared for gladiatorial combat and many people who are not. It is to be hoped that all of you will enjoy and return for many more days of the games, on which I assure you primarily professionals and skilled combatants will participate.
Bro, she sucks at this.
That-
She's real bad at talking in front of people.
I believe that after there will be more food and desserts provided in the streets outside by the various factions of the cities, including the Stormlords. Even if the events that follow are in some way disappointing to you, be assured that there is food afterwards. That is all. And she hands the wand back and makes her way back across the sands and disappears through a door. Well, that was Kiris Selshadra, our generous patron. Wake up. Very well. And now it is time to see our competitors. Representing the Ivory Horn, here's... What? Loch Nitu, Glory Knight of Dol Dorn. The big gate opens.
Loch D2 walks out onto the sand, yes? And
Yep.
draws his just ridiculously broad and long sword that has no business in the laws of physics. Raises his head to look at the fans, says, "Shade your eyes and clench your bowels, for behold you stands Lochnitu, the glory knight of Dol Dorn, bearer of the wrath of the Tempest. Today he shall win glory before your eyes as he destroys all of his enemies, and even perhaps his allies if necessary. Never have you beheld such a wondrous creature, blessed by the storm god himself. Me, Lochnitu." You may applaud.
Well. Well, if this doesn't work out, at least he has a career as an announcer and hype man.
Pog is standing in the hall just going like...
That was a really good intro.
Next, representing the Ivory Horn is Drea. That's cool.
Drea just skips out.
Hey, time out real quick, everyone. Miley has a flat tire. She's right down the road, though, so I need to go deal with that, and I will be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
So just keep rolling without me if you want, and then, yeah, I'll just be back as soon as I can. But I have to go help her out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make
Sorry.
you say, Philip. What you want to keep it? You want to?
I know you want your commentary partner here. I need to hop out, so I'll be
go.
back as soon as I can.
Yeah. No.
Go. So the
Marker
continues. But it was Drea. That's cool.
Still
Drea
funny.
skips out.
Yeah.
And then just stands there next to Lochnitu, and then waves to the audience, gives a little curtsy.
You should do a water thing.
Oh, okay. So she does shape water, and does a little ring around her head.
Woo. Yeah, I get some applause.
Good.
Also representing the Ivory Horn, the Crusher.
Pog's gonna just walk out of the tunnel, kind of.
Many will
There's a lot of
remember that the
people.
Crusher
Yeah.
recently won Fury's Edge from our very own Kolos in a bet on the streets. Woo!
There's a lot of people in here, you guys.
No, it's kind of exciting.
It's a lot of them.
Don't worry, they are not here for you.
From inside the
Okay.
tunnel, Kolos, he won. He won Fury's Edge. Is that what?
Listen, mistakes were made.
Hey, you do you.
Yeah. Our other amateurs for the night, representing the Storm's Fury, is the Iron Bull. And a door across the arena opens, and outstrides another Goliath, actually, in an ornate, full helm with two really large sort of horns projecting off the front of it, wearing a full armored scale armored arm down one side and studded leather over the rest of their body, and with a big thick-headed glaive sort of slung over one shoulder. And they raise it to the crowd and then drop it back next to them.
Lucky 2 takes one aggressive step forward and yells, "Liar! You are neither iron nor a bull!"
It's just it's his name, though, is all. It's just his name.
And for the wyvern's tail, we have Deimos. And another door opens, and out very acrobatically comes a tiefling who takes 3 steps and then leaps into the air, corkscrewing through a backflip, and lands. Their tail reaches around, plucks a sword out of a sheath on their side, tosses it into the air, and they reach up and catch it. You can see that the tiefling is wearing a sort of porcelain-looking theatrical mask and has their horns painted white to sort of make it look as though they simply project right out of the mask.
Amazing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Wow. Wow.
And of course, it wouldn't be opening day without some professionals here. Today's professionals are from the Ivory Horn. Please welcome, from the depths of the jungles, Nardali!
Nardali strides out confidently, but with this look of resignation on her face, and she looks around at the crowd, and there is, if I am permitted to, she has got a group of fans who have been attending all of her matches, and they've got their signs up, and they're screaming and waving and yelling, hey, look at me, hey, Nardali, we're rooting for you, something like that.
Can we call her fans the Nards? Is like that?
I'm okay with that.
I
am okay with that, yes. So Nardali looks up at them and gives them a nod, and then refocuses and walks to her place.
And the stable master of the Ivory Horn himself, making his first appearance in an amateur match, Kolos! And the crowd is off their feet, and there's chanting. And Kolos walks out and sort of gathers himself and just gives this loud bellow and raises his new weapon. Kolos is dressed in, he has leather armor over his chest and an elaborate armor piece running down one arm. And in his right hand is the new axe that Solarki delivered. And in his left hand, there's a small shield that just covers around his hand and part of his forearm. But from the leading end of it, there projects this short, wide sword blade sticking out from the shield.
Wow. Oops.
I hope you're all ready for this, ladies and gentlemen. The rules are as follows. The winner of this match is the person who can hold possession of the crow's nest for 18 seconds. Why 18 seconds, you ask? It's an extremely strange and archaic tradition.
I get it.
So, yeah,
I don't know what that means.
I was about to say, I'm not sure. Anyone else on the table gets it?
For the players, the mechanics of this, to cut just into straight DM mode here, the mechanics of this are as follows. There is this big mast in the center. It has 3 sets of rotating spars rotating around it right now, each of which has platforms, and there's rigging and all sorts of things dangling from it. Your objective, as has been explained to you, is to reach the top of the crow's nest and, mechanically speaking, to be on top of the crow's nest for 3 rounds. You are opposed in this by, of course, your fellow gladiators, in addition to the wyvern that's chained up there.
Is this the single event of our day? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just realizing I neglected to mention what weaponry Gnarly has.
Go
on
for
her.
it.
She carries a whip, and she's got a blowgun strapped to her back in a
Awesome.
a thingy.
Nice.
You, of course, can't see me gesticulating, but just imagine a thingy containing a blowgun strapped to her back. The end.
And the Etten turns towards his other head and sighs as the other head seems to still be unconscious, and turns back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the games will begin on the wait, I'm sorry. What do you mean? I don't And you see if you're watching the box, you see the stone microphone sort of be pulled off, and there is a late entrant to the competition representing the Wyvern's tail, calling himself the Knight of Skulls. Why? Why is he calling himself? Yes. Here he is. Cheer for him. And goes back up. And trotting out of the same gate, you see a human dressed in plate armor, with bits of bone sort of grafted into the plates, and wearing a full helm that's shaped to look like a skull, and carrying a big greatsword, not quite so ridiculously large as Locknitu's, never fear, but carrying a big greatsword that has bits of bone sort of grafted onto the blade as well. And he raises the sword in salute, and then brings it down, sticking it into the dirt.
Wow.
Well, if there are no additional interruptions, I suppose it is time we began.
His helmet is way
So
cooler.
are we a team?
Ladies
or are we,
and gentlemen.
against each other?
Kola sort of... It's every man or woman or... everyone for himself. For themselves. It's...
Okay.
This day.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try not to hit you, Drea.
Oh, it's fine. I'm totally
Fuck
going to try
too.
to hit you.
We're friends. I don't. Oh, okay.
It's a competition, right?
I'm. Okay. Yeah. I just usually fight with my friends, don't fight my friends. But that's
but
okay.
we can be friends and fight.
It's gonna be weird to be your friend, Drea.
I hear that a lot. It's fine.
I am not surprised.
Up in the stands, Ari has gone to get snacks, and Shade and Esri are sitting, watching the introduction of the fighters and the description of the game.
Oh, just start already.
So if Pog gets hit really hard, should we, intervene? Is that...
Oh, I totally told him I would cheat for him if he wants me to. We'll see. I mean, I don't
He's
think
going to do fine,
I
though.
don't think he should jump in there. And I believe I'm on record as saying this is a very bad idea, but he really wanted to do it. So we're here, and yes, I will do. Let's see. I can probably heal him if he gets hurt too bad.
Esri, this place is a little weird for you because there's kind of a constant background static of noise, because gladiators are often buried under the arena.
Gross.
So there is just sort of a constant background static of...
So we're literally fighting at that first gate that you encounter in Doom, where it's literally just at the edge of hell for him.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Y'all are so weird.
It's really just it's a testament to their friendship that they were willing to come to this place.
Can Pog see them from the floor of the arena?
Oh yeah, you totally know where they're sitting.
They totally would not be able to hear me, but I'm going to start waving.
Gnarly
my friend
looks-
saw me.
Oh, sorry.
My friend saw me.
What were you saying, Mia?
Oh, just that Gnarly looked over at Pog and then followed the line of where Pog was waving.
My friends came.
Again with the
My
raised
friends
eyebrow.
came. My friends came.
That's great. That's great.
They're good. They're good friends.
I'm
Two of them
glad
are here.
for you.
Thank you.
And
Player question for you.
DM answer.
Is that how I say it? By the way, do I say hello?
Good job.
I have a player
You're a
question.
pro.
Yay! I
Yep,
succeeded.
totally.
It is later in the afternoon, right? Because I
Yep.
am sensitive to light.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that. Yeah.
Babu. Thank you.
Yeah, it is later in the afternoon. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. And I'm just going to be honest with our viewers. Eric had to run out. I don't know if he's going to cut the explanation of where he left, so I'm just going to give it here. Eric had to run out, help his wife with a flat tire. So we're going to take that opportunity, as we are right about it at an hour, to cut this episode there, right before the gong goes and we roll initiative. So
yay.
come back next time for the Crow's Nest of Terror.
I'll fill in for Eric.
This has been Khyber Shards. You can get in touch with us by putting comments below, where you can also find links to all of our social media as well as our Discord. New episodes drop on Monday. We do on Friday a Khyber Shards Answers episode where we take questions from our listeners. You can put those questions down in the comments or over on the Discord. I don't know why the Discord's over here to my right, but apparently it is. So look over there to my right.
Don't
where you
believe
will
him.
find- I don't know.
No, don't believe
Yeah,
him.
he's probably
completely
wrong.
on this,
It's-
y'all.
I'm just
It's
making
down
things up.
there. It's down there.
Yeah, there's where the link is. Go down there. We are so happy to have Mia joining us. Mia, do you want to tell the people what your streaming schedule is?
Plug the sandbox.
Absolutely. I was.
Yeah.
With what? No, okay, so I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/morethanamia. What am I saying to you? I stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday evenings. So that is
Awesome.
where and when you can find me. And my community is the Sandbox, hence plug the Sandbox.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
But
I
not
know
Barrack
you're in
poop.
there.
Right.
yes, Mia is a very engaging streamer. So if you haven't checked out Mia's Twitch, please do so. Colin's still just whenever work allows.
Every Tuesday right now. Every
Tuesday.
Tuesday. We are plugging away with some chatting time, getting through story games, and then after that, it's whenever restaurant life allows.
Okay. And that is twitch.tv/sorrybtr, where the O is a 0. Believe
That's me.
that is all of the plugging. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Khyber Shards, and thanks for rolling with us.